Teresa, tell me, when did you start feeling that something might be missing from your life?
About a year ago.
Okay, about a year?
Well, I
What
mean, I
happened?
felt before a year, all several parts of my life, but mainly a year ago, it just hit me that my seizures had started again. I had been able to go off my medication, had to go back on my medication. My prayer life wasn't where it should be. I distanced myself away from my friends, away from church family friends, people that I'd grown to love and I thought loved me here, which I know they do, or they did, or they do. But I just didn't feel like I mounted up to the
Okay.
person I should be.
But you realized something was missing? How
Something
did
was
that come
missing.
about?
I guess I owe that to my husband. He and just little things that he did that I should have wanted to do because of the years I thought I was saved. And here this man, it took someone I hadn't known as long as I thought I had known the Lord. And then whenever Brother Jim came here, or Pastor Jim had came here, and his wife started helping at school, and there's just something that I seen in other folks. You and David Sewell. David Sewell meant a lot to me, and his wife Becky. And whenever his death happened, I guess it really made me realize, time we don't know how much time we really do have here.
Mm-hmm.
And so in one of Pastor Jim's sermon, he had told us to
You had said that there was a time that you came to Brother Jim and you talked with him.
yes,
And what happened there?
I had went down to rededicate my life, and a couple of weeks prior to, and every song, just about every day, a song come on the radio. I'd sit in church, Sunday school. I'd just start crying, and I didn't know why the tears was coming or what was happening to me. I really thought I was just losing it a little bit, and but I knew that there was something I hadn't felt in a long time, and all at once, my heart started pounding, and I knew God was knocking at the door. And I said, it couldn't be, because I know I'm saved. And I went down, and I told Pastor Jim, I said, I know I'm saved. I don't doubt, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm not saved. And he prayed with me, and he said, do me a favor. I want you to start reading in the book of John every day. And he said, and I'll be praying for you. And so I started that very afternoon, to be exact, and the next morning, and I got so much conviction overflowing, and I had asked God to convict me of any unconfessed sins, and things would start coming to my mind that maybe had happened when prior to my adulthood and through my adulthood. And so Pastor Jim, he said, just for me to read, and you're going to have to edit this really good. And he
You're doing
said,
great.
Yeah.
He did. I
And
think it was something like "Show Me My Greatest Need"
it
as
showed
you
me
were reading.
Yes. And so it just really hit me really hard one night, one Saturday night, and I couldn't wait till the next morning for church. And I couldn't tell you the sermon. I know it was December 21st, and I couldn't wait to the invitation. Tears flowed. People came up to me and asked me, was everything okay? And they had been doing that prior to that day. And I don't even know if they even got through the first line of the first song. I just had to go down. And so he prayed with me, and Vicki prayed with me. And I guess I didn't give God all the glory that he really deserved at that time or prior to, because Vicki had told me, she said, I'm going to tell you a secret, or can I tell you a secret? And I said, yes. And she said, which she leaned over and she said, about 3 weeks ago, I went home from school, and I told Jim, said, I think Teresa needs the Lord. And it just totally amazed me that everybody else could see it, but I couldn't. And all this time, all the prayer and trying to fit in, God will put you where he wants you to be. And he'll bring you to your knees. I found that out. I've lost a lot of loved ones that's still here, but they've walked away from me simply because they don't agree with me. My children, I tried to be the mother I thought I should be, the Christian mother. And I've failed them because I was not the Christian I should have been. But I would like to say, and like I said, December 21st, prior to that, I just laid it all down. I said, there was so much stuff happening in my life that wasn't going the way it should. And I laid it down. It's real easy for me to pick things back up and carry them back